Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing episode number 21 of I Build Your Teams, series where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team Unlimited, or whatever you may be playing, competitive play, I guess. And I hope this video helps y'all out. I'm starting to do this twice a week instead of once because I've been getting so much interest, especially on Twitter, about I Build Your Teams. Going to try to get to different people each episode. I'm trying to mix it up as much as possible so that I can get to as many different people as possible. I will say, when you have the best team in the game, it's kind of hard for me to change your squad. I'm going to be honest. So if you submit a team with Kobe and Wimby and every single best card, I'm going to have a hard time making adjustments to your team, so I'm probably not going to pick your squad. I hope that makes sense. Regardless, without further ado, I guess let's hop right into it. We got 6 squads today. First one comes in from Krusty. He says he doesn't know who to start, bench, and cut in the center and power forward spot. He has 338k, thinking of buying an AK or another elite defender. Okay, my personal opinion, looking at this squad, we got Penny, Jimmy, Thurl, Hakeem, and Embiid. Off the bench, you got Drew, Ron, Tatum, Giannis, and D-Rob, as well as Chet in the last 3. I mean, I think Chet just plays over Hakeem. I think that's the easiest swap. And then Hakeem is in your last 3. I mean, that's pretty easy to me, in my opinion. You just start Chet at the 4. Your backup 4 and 5, I like Giannis and D-Rob, and then starting 4 and 5, being Chet and Embiid is great. The one thing you need though, because that's not going to cost you 338k. You kind of need a shot creator. The problem is there aren't very many shot creators when it comes to like actually legit primary ball handlers. One of them is Devin Booker, and to me, I almost think Devin Booker is kind of like a, I don't know if he's a must, but I think he's a card you should very much at least consider using on your team. If you wanted to get another defensive guy, I mean, AK off the bench is fine, but I think that's a lot of MT to spend on a spend on a bench guy. I don't think you're going to be picking up a starter for that in all likelihood. So to me, I'd probably pick up D-Book. More than anything else, you need the scoring. You don't have literally out of these 13 guys on your team, you don't really have a single true primary ball handler. So to me, I think D-Book has to find a spot in this squad somewhere just so that you can have some actual shot creation. And if you can do that, that will help you out because you don't have Kobe or Adam Morrison or the guys who are like ball handlers at the 2 and the 3. I mean, Nick Young's an elite, is a really good ball handler, but he's not great defensively. He's a guy you could try though if you need some more scoring. Regardless, second thing today comes in from Mr. Babletto. He's got 300k, looking to buy the LaMelo deal of the day if he's worth it. I don't know if he's worth it. I wouldn't probably do that. He has his bench as starters, 1 went off Thurl, and Drew usually starts over Tyrese. Okay, that makes sense. I would definitely be playing Drew over Tyrese. He doesn't know who to replace Embiid with. Or he's saying who should get the boot for Embiid, I should say. Okay. Well, assuming your bench is your starters, like you said, this 5, basically, I would say Embiid is here, and then D-Rob slides into your starting lineup, I guess, and then Dikembe's out of your lineup. That's the first fix. Second, I'm playing Paulo over AD, easily. So Paulo slides into the 4. So your new 4 or 5 would be Paulo and Embiid over AD and Dikembe, in my opinion. I understand AD's unsellable, but still, I think that's the right play. Outside of that, yes, I like Drew starting at the 1. You need shot creation at the 2 if you're going to do that, though. The other alternative would just be to get Devin Booker and then you play more of a defensive 2 next to him. I don't know. There's just not that many. Again, like I said, there's not that many primary ball handlers. Carmelo's a legit scorer, though. Carmelo is a guy who can handle the ball. So you could go Carmelo, Drew, and then you still need a 2 over this Amethyst Devin Booker, though. Amethyst D-Book is not getting the job done. If you like D-Book, though, just go get the Diamond. That's the easy choice. That's a better choice than LaMelo for sure. Then you have Diamond D-Book, and then there's 2. Well, I would go D-Book, Artest, Carmelo, Paulo, and D-Rob. And then off the bench, you have Luka, somebody who can score a little bit more, AK, Chet, and Embiid. That makes sense. You just need that one scorer at that 2, and I don't think there's really any great option right now. So you might be just put in a filler player for now to a certain extent at that spot and see if you can find somebody at some point because it's going to be a little more expensive. But to me, I do think Diamond Devin Booker can be a big addition to your squad. You could also just always start D-Book at the 2 and put him next to Drew Holiday. Like you could play D-Book and Drew together and then leave Rod Test off the bench. There's options for sure. Ben Jaloney has 300k, needs a better shooting guard and small forward. Doncic, Peyton, Hero, LeBron, and Shaq are sellable. All right. So I don't think the Shaq and Kobe duo plays simply because Shaq can't shoot. Hero and GP and Luka, you only need 2 of these 3 guys. I'm going to be completely honest. I would sell, looking at these cards, I would sell Gary and Hero, and I would buy Dante DiVincenzo. So then you have Luka and Dante as your 2 point guards. You need shooting guards. Small forward is Rodman and Braun. You could use a small forward as well, to be honest. Okay, budget shooting guards. Honestly, the problem with the shooting guard position right now is it's just in such an odd state because you really only, in terms of buyable guys for like pretty affordable prices, I guess T-Max, he's just a little too expensive though. MJ and Pippen are lock-ins as well as Jaylen Brown, so it's basically Ron Artest or Kawhi Leonard, pretty much, or Desmond Bane or T-Mac. I guess those are your options, and I guess I would say for this team, if you start like Luka, I would go Luka. Not sure at the 2. Rodman, Chet, and Embiid. Off the bench, you can go Dante DiVincenzo, Julian Strawther, and I guess LeBron is fine. You can run him. You could run LeBron. Ooh, run LeBron and Wade maybe. Do LeBron and Wade together, and then you'd have like Artest off the 2 at the 2 next to Ron and Wade off the bench. You need a scorer in your starting lineup though, next to Luka and Rodman, because those guys are all defense. So maybe Desmond Bane is a guy you consider, or T-Mac, one of the 2, and like have Luka, Bane, or T-Mac, Rodman, Chet, and Embiid with Wade, Artest, Ron, Blake, and Dikembe as your bench right now. Something along those lines might be worth looking into. Those are the thoughts that I'm having right now about this squad anyway. So next team is CM Punk fan. He has 520K. He says he's going for Kobe and Wemby really soon. This is another interesting squad because where Kobe slides in obviously as your starting 2. I like the defense that you have in your starting lineup outside of D-Book. That's a good job there. And I think, like, yes, the comment, by the way, by Eric is right. Get Embiid. Yes, Embiid is, I don't think you need to lock in for Wemby unless you really, really want Kobe. Like, I don't think you need to lock in for Wemby. Honestly, I think you could just play Embiid as your starting center and then buy a power forward, somebody like Bam Adebayo or Kwame Brown or somebody like that to replace KG. And I think you're chilling. Even slide Thurl to the 4 and pick somebody up to play the 3 instead would be another option. Like that you might want to consider. I don't know, somebody like a Karl Malone at the 3 could be an option, or yeah, Andre Kirilenko is on your bench, I guess, so not him, but I think this is a good team. It's a very good team, and I don't think you really need to lock in Kobe because 520K is a lot of MT that you have right now, which is good, but I just think that you could save that MT for this Friday. At some point, we're going to start getting some pretty exciting drops again, and I think it would be nice to have that in team instead of spending all of your MT on older content. As great as Kobe is, I just think picking up a power forward and a center, like getting Embiid for free, obviously, and then picking up another power forward is probably your best bet and your way to go right now. Or just play Giannis. I forgot you have Giannis. Okay, so just play Chet and Giannis as your 2 power forwards, and then you can have Embiid and D-Rob as your centers. You're chilling. I don't think you need to spend MT, really. 200K MT for Mike. His LeBron has 25 Hoffs. His starting lineup is really good. His bench is a little meh. I don't hate it. I think it's pretty good all the way around. Your 3 through 5 starters and bench can stay the same, and you'll be totally fine. I don't mind Jimmy, and I like D-Book a lot. Now, our test is better than Iggy. Iggy's locked in, but I just don't love that Iggy card. I don't know. Like, I literally, 10K Julian Strawther, I think, is probably a better all-around option than that Iggy card, in my opinion, because he's got a much better release. I just think he's more versatile. That's, like, I think you could use the offense in there. Maybe a Ruby Julian Strawther is like a budget option off the bench. I don't love Harden off the bench simply because of the lack of defense that he provides. I would go get Dante DiVincenzo, and then you could have DiVincenzo and probably Strawther off your bench alongside AK, Chet, and Hakeem. If you swap those 2 guys out, I think that will be a good enough upgrade for the squad go, because already your team's looking super solid. Just a couple new additions would be nice. And then we have the final team for today, which comes in from Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's not the real Giannis, but he says he's no money spent, looking for suggestions. He's a Bulls fan, but doesn't know about Jordan, Pippen, or DeRozan. His Gary Payton is sellable, wondering if he should sell. He has 380 KMT. All right. I did pick you because you said you've never been chosen before, so here we are. This team is really good. I would swap Paulo and AK. AK should be your 3. Paulo should be your 4. But I really like your lineup as a whole. If you're looking for Gary Payton is sellable, and I actually think you should probably sell him, yes. I would sell him to maximize your MT. You're going to be at, what, 450K-ish after you sell Gary? So 450K is enough to make some changes if you want to, but this is the type of squad where it's also like, is it even worth making changes? Like, I don't really think so at this point. Dante DiVincenzo would be the only upgrade I would make. I would pick him up at your point guard position and then bring D-Book off the bench probably next to all scorers. That's probably what I would do, is start DiVincenzo next to T-Mac, Braun, Chet, and Embiid, and then have D-Book off the bench next to a ton of defense, which is Kawhi, AK, Paulo, and D-Rob. That's probably the only change I'd make. But Steph is also very viable, so you could use him as well, especially if you want the shot creation on the offensive end of the court. So with that being said, that is going to do it for today's episode. So I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.